Welcome to another edition of Wings Weekly. Jay Klein Connect here, along with head coach Scott Langer, as usual. Coach, 18 straight wins now. The 5-1 victory Friday and a thrilling shootout 3-2 win on Saturday that had a record crowd on their feet. I always ask you what you take away from the weekend, and I wanted to get into the emotion of the weekend and everything in just a bit here. But first of all, what did you think of the play overall? Maybe a little bit of a slow start each night, or were you pretty happy with the way they approached the games?
Well, I thought on Friday our start was a bit slow, but a lot of that had to do with the structure that Austin had. And again, they had a pretty good game plan, and it's difficult to play against them. They got a lot of guys loaded above the puck, and you basically got to beat all 5 guys and a goaltender in order to score and to get chances. So, you got to give them credit. They're a good hockey team. They got a lot of good pieces over there, and Coach Howard does a great job of having a game plan. So, but I thought Friday a little slow, but I thought we came out in the second period and had another good second period. And you go on to Saturday. I thought that it was a great test for us. Falling down, first time we've really been down in a long time, and we were able to respond. And big goal by Belial get us tied up and gave us an opportunity in a shootout.
And a very tightly contested overtime period. A lot of back and forth, and it just kind of felt like 2 heavyweight fighters just sizing each other up. And then, of course, as you said, go to the shootout, and Joe Estrada ends up winning it, and then Vernon stonewalls all 3 of the Austin skaters. We've talked about this before, but it's been a while. When it comes to a shootout, you've said some of it's a gut feeling. You look down the bench and kind of who's ready to go. But Joe's pretty much your number 1 guy usually, huh?
Yeah, he's been that guy since first year I've been here, and then Joe came in, and he's just got a great confidence when he's out there. Nothing really rattles him. He actually, his level of play just, when he's in those type of situations, just goes to another level. And it couldn't have been better with a full house and playing against Austin, who's a good team, and being able to win it. The guy you want up there is Joe Estrada.
Excellent win. Granted, I think everyone realizes that the end goal is the most important, but each of these wins seems to be increasingly more meaningful as milestones and records continue to be set and passed. Are there ever any moments where you're almost a bit awestruck by what you guys have been able to do so far?
No, not really. It hasn't really hit me like that. It's just a lot of fun. It's fun to come to the arena. It's fun to be around the guys. And it's a lot of fun finding different ways to win a hockey game, and some nights that were just really good and we put up big numbers. Other nights we really got to fight to win a hockey game. And no, I don't think so. I mean, it's great for the program. It's great for everything that's been going on here and the build up in Aberdeen. So, it's, my thought sometimes is, how am I going to respond to when someone does, find a way to knock us off our streak. But, right now we're just going to keep focusing on the next game, one game at a time, and try to be the best we can that night.
Absolutely. Last week I talked with Vernon a little about that too, about that one game at a time and that lunch pail kind of worker mentality that you guys bring in. It's astounding to see the support, and like you said, it's big for the community as a whole too. I mean, you see that at Wings and Rings after the game. The place is just packed with Wings fans, and everybody's just having a great time, including of course all the players too. As you move up the ladder and surpass Mike Hastings with 534 career wins now, a fan wanted me to ask if you've always known that you wanted to coach, or if at some point in your life, maybe when you were playing and going to school and stuff, if there was a point where you were like, had something else in mind. Is there something that maybe you had other aspirations to do?
Well, yeah, a little of both. I mean, when I was playing, probably my last year of midget hockey, which is a long time ago, I started to really look into the coaching side of things and enjoyed following different coaches. And then as I went through my junior career, I kind of figured out that that's exactly what I want to do. And when junior hockey didn't present itself right away, or coaching, I should say, I was looking to get into criminal justice. And then junior hockey came along, and it was the same thing. So I decided on coaching in junior hockey.
Okay, well, obviously a very good fit. As you're really pretty pretty young overall. You got a lot of time yet in the coaching profession to again continue to rack up wins and continue to catch other coaches and set records and all kinds of good stuff. So it's awesome to hear. But I thought that was an interesting question. I was curious of it as well. Wings right now 64 points on top of the Central Division. Austin is in second with 47. Minnesota Wilderness at 45. Minot with 45 as well. Bismarck 41 and Brookings with 19 points. But this division, as always, as we've talked about on many cases, it is very up and down. And at the Central Division, anyone can beat anyone on any given night. And a home and home coming up with Bismarck. These games are always intense, and Bismarck is also coming off an emotional shootout win. Do you try to change things up at all, having seen them, pretty recently here, 2 weeks ago? Or do you just kind of keep going forward with what's been working and forcing them to make changes and forcing them to try to find ways to beat you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're a little deeper team now. They got a lot of guys back off injury. You've seen Stocko back in the lineup, and Marty, and they got their goaltender back, who's one of the tops in the whole division. So, they're a lot deeper now, and it's going to take a really good effort against them. But as far as changing it up, I mean, we are who we are.
Yeah.
I mean, there's everybody knows that pre-scouts us. Our identity is what it is, and we have to be ready for their specialty teams. We got to be ready for some of the things that they do. And we'll work on those this week, but we're not going to really be able to change too much. We just have to make sure that we're continuing to do it at a high level. Okay.
All right. Well, Coach, I won't keep you much longer. A day off for the players. We'll have a couple of them joining me here in just a little bit. But again, congratulations on 18 straight. A huge weekend, sweeping the number 2 team in the division in front of a full house on Saturday night. And again, congratulations and thanks for coming on the show. Best of luck against Bismarck.
Thank you.
We'll be back with the second portion of Wings Weekly coming up after this.
Let's make a taco. No, seriously. Start with a tortilla, soft tortilla. Warm it, kiss it. Don't kiss it. Chicken? How about tequila lime chicken? Now we're cooking. Slice this, peel that, snip those. Salsa? Verde. Cheese? Cotija. Oh, forgot to mention. Guac. That's better. See, anyone can make a taco, but we're not anyone. We're Qdoba, and these are knockout tacos. Qdoba Mexican Eats. Choose flavor.
Welcome back to Wings Weekly, and as promised, a couple of players joining me. A couple of veteran players, Brad Belisle of Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, and Max Salpeter of St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. So you guys, being from the Great White North, this cold weather and snow and stuff can't bother you guys much, huh?
Yeah, no, this is pretty typical Canadian weather, cold and snowy, so we're used to it.
You're right at home. Well, Brad, first of all, happy birthday. Had a big birthday on Saturday, a hat trick the night before. You scored a goal and get an assist, I think, or maybe even 2 assists. I forgot to check if there was a secondary added on Saturday night. But a huge emotional win for you guys. So happy birthday, first of all, and second of all, I don't know that you know this yet, but you have been named the Central Division Star of the Week. So
yeah, thanks for the happy birthday. I didn't know that, but it's just a product of the guys in the room, right? So we have success, and some individuals are going to get some success, and starting to show with Vernie and other guys getting looks from schools and stuff, and that's just going to keep coming for our team.
Yeah. Well, you guys, as I mentioned, seasoned vets. You guys have been around a little bit, and I want a couple of things that are kind of related to that. Well, first of all, how much mentoring do you guys end up doing for some of the younger players, the first-year guys, or guys maybe their first year away from home or whatever, and there's some difficulties that even off the ice that they may have. Do you guys ever kind of set them down or pull them aside and say, look, you're going to find a way through this, or whatever it might be?
Yeah, I think sometimes that happens, but I think it happens pretty subtly as well. I've gone through stuff, hardships and leaving home at an early age. I'm sure Sally has too. Mm-hmm. It's just part of it, and you grow up so fast when you're thrown into this environment, and I think they do a lot of it by themselves, but I think we try to do a little mentoring. Just it's mostly subtle though, how we kind of act, and we just hope they kind of follow.
Yeah. Sally, would you echo that?
Yeah, like he said, it's subtle. Like it's a lot of showing by example. I think guys see how the older guys carry ourselves and how we act, and I think they follow that, and you can definitely see it. Like a lot of guys have adjusted pretty quick, so yeah, definitely just kind of watching us, and yeah, they'll figure it out pretty quick.
Pretty short curve when it comes to maturing, that's for sure. What's it been like? I mean, 18 straight. You guys, and I talked with Vernie last week a little bit about, and I mentioned it to Coach just a little bit ago here too, that, he talked about how there aren't really any ups and downs. You guys are just kind of even keel, and you just come to work, do your job, and everybody takes care of each other, and that's how you're getting things done. But I wanted to ask you guys that same question to see if obviously the same question, different people, maybe different answers. What are you doing, and how are you making this work right now to have this level of success?
I think it's just a matter of we're working hard every day still. No one's getting complacent out there. You can't get too high, you can't get too low during a streak like this. It's just a matter of just keeping that even keel and not getting too cocky and in our heads about it, and just going out and playing, I think.
Right on.
Yeah, I'd kind of say the same thing. I think we're riding a good wave right now. There's always ups and downs in any kind of situation. I mean, our downs are kind of minor right now, so to speak. So we're counting our downs as a bad period or, maybe a bad drill in practice where we got to sharpen up. So we're just kind of riding the wave on that sense.
Okay. Have you ever been, both of you guys, again, have been in juniors and been playing hockey a long time. Have you ever been part of a streak like this?
I have not even close.
No.
Sally?
No, me neither. This is pretty impressive.
Nice. I wanted to ask you guys too, and again, Brad, you spent some time in Fargo in the USHL and so on. And Max, we talked previously when you were on the show the last time about how much you've played, up in Canada and stuff. Have you guys ever been on a team that is as admired and kind of adored by its fans as this one is? Because I watch these kids come out for Skate with the Wings, and they are just grinning ear to ear, getting autographs and buying flags and having you guys sign things or drawing pictures and saying, and I'm just thinking, is it like this everywhere, or are the Wings kind of an anomaly when it comes to that?
Definitely an anomaly. It's ridiculous how supportive the community is, and we appreciate it so much. Even more than we try to show it. Even we can't show it enough. So it's ridiculous how awesome the community is for us, and I think it fuels us when we step on the ice out there too.
Right on. Sally, you ever been part of something like this?
No, definitely not. This is, it's amazing. You come out and see the crowd, how it is out there for every game, and after the game with Skate with the Wings, the support is crazy, and we appreciate it and we love it, and it's really fun to play in front of a crowd like that, for sure.
Well, and like I was just mentioning with Coach Langer about the fun you guys are all having, and you go to Wings and Rings on Saturday night and the place is full, and every person in there is a Wings fan. They've all got Wings gear on, and they're coming out to support you guys, and so if it's not Skate with the Wings and it's some other event, and it just seems like the community, and again, especially I feel like the kids just really seem to look up to you guys, and I think it's awesome that the role model role that you guys have kind of, taken them under your wing in a sense. Who would you say, in the NHL, is your game, your style most comparable to?
I'd probably say a Jake Muzzin, probably a guy that's more defensive, can still contribute offensively, but is definitely more defensive, plays that physical role, that shutdown role, I'd say.
Nice.
I like Jeff Carter. He's kind of a grittier guy. He scores his goals and pays his dues kind of just by working hard. But I like how James Van Riemsdyk plays as well. He just finds the net. He's he works around the net, and that's kind of his bread and butter, and that's kind of what I'm trying to look after my game like.
It's kind of interesting that both of you come up with guys who are kind of grinders that are maybe not the most flashy, but they bust their butts, and they work hard, and like you guys said earlier, when you do that, good things happen. All right, I wanted to ask you guys a couple of questions about some of the guys around this locker room, and I got to thinking about it because from what I understand, there is a certain someone who had their car in the ditch earlier, and who's the worst driver on this team?
Definitely Stefan Ficorni. He's been in the ditch more times than I can count. I don't know what he's doing on the road, but something's wrong there. I don't know.
He probably grew up driving on the other side of the road.
Yeah, I don't think they drive on the left side of the road in Czech, but maybe they think we do here. I don't know.
Would you think Pokey's the worst?
It's Pokey for sure. There's hands down.
All right. Well, I asked some questions earlier this year about food and cooking and different things like that, and if memory serves, they said that you're a pretty good cook. Would you say that you're the best cook in the locker room?
No, No, I got my bread and butter with the crepes and pancakes.
Yeah,
but,
that was the crepes and pancakes.
Timmy, I gotta give
eggs.
Timmy a shout out. Yeah, he's on the eggs. Weagle on the bacon. He's pretty good. We kind of put something together. But I heard Beatty's really good. I don't know if that's true. I heard he's really good though. He's always got some salmon cooking on the bus or something like that. It smells good. So I'm gonna put it out to him, but we need some verification.
Yeah. So we need to sample your the salmon. What do you think, Max? Same guys?
I mean, I haven't personally seen them cook. I've heard some good things about their breakfast. I got to give a shout out to my roommate, Jack Powell. He's a very good cook. He cooks some good breakfast for us on game days, and
Nice.
I'm pretty sure he's looking at creating a restaurant in the future, so we'll see about that.
Yeah, well, we got some to add to that. We went pheasant hunting at the start of the year, and Powell did whip up a jambalaya. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" It took him like half an hour. So
With the
that's
pheasant?
another underrated one. Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, I suppose him being not too far away, it's not uncommon for him to have some pheasant recipes or something. That's awesome. Okay, who's the messiest? Who's the messiest guy? I mean, like their car, whatever. I got a feeling there's going to be a few.
I got to give it to Jack Powell again. That kid's room looks like a bomb went off. I swear to God. And same with his car, man. Like, he's got just clothes and just everything everywhere. So, yeah, I'd say him.
I got a couple guys in mind. Kennedy Stahl's pretty bad. I always give him a hard time about that, but I would say Colton Heward's room is absolutely disgusting.
Oh boy.
Like terrible. Not kidding. Like terrible. Smells. But other than that, not too other many guys that have messy, I don't think. Definitely bad Huey. He's bad.
Clean up your act, Huey. Fondest hockey memory. Going back to your 6, 7 years old, anytime. What's your fondest hockey memory to this point?
I gotta think about this. Yeah, I'll let you go first.
I would say something just simple. I mean, kind of just traveling with the boys. You know, when I was maybe younger, our parents started to not come on the trips with us, and that was kind of new for all of us. And so we really started bonding, I guess, as, brothers, as we were like, 15, 16, traveling. So I'd probably just say that in general, just traveling.
Right on. Very cool.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. But I'd say maybe like my first junior game. That was pretty cool coming out, just getting to put a visor on and feel like an old guy out there. Feel like I'm in the NHL a little bit. So I'd say that's pretty cool, yeah.
No cage. That's interesting because, with the club hockey that is in South Dakota, like the Cougars are and stuff, not affiliated with the school or anything. The parents are responsible for the traveling players and so on. So you don't have that, that group kind of mentality. Even though there's a lot going on in the hotel rooms and that sort of stuff, but the actual trips themselves are usually with the parents. Okay, you guys have the Bismarck Bobcats coming up, a home and home. Just 2 weeks ago, you saw them. A tough team. What do you guys have to do to be able to continue the streak?
Oh, I think we just need to keep doing what we're doing, playing hard. We can't get complacent, like I said. Got to do little things right. I mean, we saw a little bit in the game against Austin the other night that we kind of got off our game a little bit, and it showed for sure. And we ended up getting back to that in the third period and pulling out the win. So I think if we do that, we'll be all right.
Okay. Brad, do you think Bobcats offer any challenges or anything different for you guys as a team?
Yeah, for sure. Like, we respect them a lot as an opponent. They're a really good team, and they can be dangerous quickly and in spurts. So we just got to be consistent, I think, and we have been. So as long as we stick to that, I think we'll continue to ride our little wave here.
Right on. All right. Well, as I mentioned, folks, Bobcats a home and home coming up. February 1st at home, the corporate sponsor is Starion Bank College Night, so show a valid college ID at the door and receive $2 off admission. Doors open for all Wings home games at 5:30, and the puck always drops at 7:15. $10 general admission tickets are on sale now at any of the 4 Sea Express locations in Aberdeen with additional purchase. Then February 2nd, the Bismarck Bobcats once again, and the boys are on the road. 7:15 puck drop watch at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Aberdeen or on hockeytv.com. Listen on 94.1 The Rock, hubcityradio.com, or the Rock app. Wings Fan Bus is going to Brookings February 9th and 16th. $28 per ticket, includes transportation to and from the game and your game ticket. Call Aaron for details or to reserve a spot on the bus at 605-380-5852. And for all the latest news and information, visit AberdeenWings.com or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and on Instagram. Well, once again, you guys, congratulations on 18 straight. It's been a lot of fun just even watching, and I know that the excitement in the community just continues to grow. It's just incredible what you guys are doing and the hard work that you're putting in. Brad, congratulations on Star of the Week, and happy birthday once again, and thanks you guys for coming on the show here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
You bet.
Yeah, thank you.
So that will pretty much wrap up this week's Wings Weekly.